About to take place, and we'll hear them now.
Olympic finalist,
She's the number 2 English swimmer in this 400 metres individual medley.
Finalist in the Los Angeles Olympics, came 7th there.
Australia, silver medalist at the Commonwealth Games in Brisbane, Michelle Pearson.
Now, Michelle Pearson has the fastest recorded time of the whole field in this event, yet she swam quite slowly in the heats this morning.
She's just a little bit slower than Suzie Landells' best time.
Olympic finalist, Donna McGuinness.
Yes, Donna McGuinness, the Canadian champion. You're quite right there. There's a gap of about 0.6 of a second.
Yeah, not too much, that's for sure. She did that last year, I think, in Santa Clara. Suzie Landells, of course, doing it when she came 2nd in the Los Angeles Olympics.
Now, we're going to see a lot of Sarah Hardcastle in this program, and she is a very good and versatile swimmer, not only in medleys but also in freestyle.
I was talking to some British people this morning. Here's Suzie Landells.
Silver medalist, Suzie Landells.
Yes, her personal best is 4:48.3 compared to 4:48.9.
She holds the
Michelle
national
Pearson.
record. As I was saying, Sarah Hardcastle? No, first of all, Jodie Clatworthy.
Youngest girl in the Australian team, Jodie Clatworthy.
And her time this morning was a personal best.
She looks so excited about it all. I'm sure that she's not really quite absorbing what this is and how important it is.
Set a new national record in heats, Jean Hill.
And the roar there, that was a record to Jean Hill.
And finally,
England.
Catherine Reid.
Backstroke record holder, Catherine Reid.
So that's the field of 8.
The swimsuit, if we get a shot of it, that Sarah Hardcastle is wearing is gorgeous. I'm sure that's not an English one, but it's beautiful purple with a lime green stripe. Here we go.
Final of the 400 metres women's individual medley.
Take your mark.
And we have the 4 swimming strokes here. First of all, 100 metres of butterfly, 100 metres backstroke, 100 metres breaststroke, 100 metres freestyle. Gaynor Stanley of England in 1, Michelle Pearson Australia in 2. Donna McGuinness Canada 3, Sarah Hardcastle fastest qualifier England lane 4. Suzie Landells Australia lane 5, Jodie Clatworthy Australia 6, Jean Hill Scotland 7, Catherine Reid of England far side in lane 8. And it looks to me tonight that this is a different Michelle Pearson than this morning.
Oh, much different. She must have been taking it very easy this morning. She went through the 100 butterfly in 107.8, which was quite slow for her. And she certainly looks a little better tonight. Looked a little sluggish, but Donna McGuinness taking the field out, as she did this morning. She swam the fastest 100. She must favour that fly.
And this English girl going quite well too. Right over on this side, you can't see her, is Gaynor Stanley. Michelle Pearson's in lane 2. Donna McGuinness going fast. Dropping back a bit is Sarah Hardcastle, the Englishwoman who should come through the field. Suzie Landells, I would say, is in 2nd place at the present time. And right with her is Jodie Clatworthy. Australians will be running 2nd, 4th and probably level 3rd into the backstroke, and this is a critical leg again, and coming out well into the turn with Suzie Landells of Australia to challenge Donna McGuinness for the lead. Looking back now to Michelle Pearson, she's right there too, and of course Sarah Hardcastle must come into this on her best time.
They were saying this morning, as I was saying, I was talking to the English, and they said that she was going terribly easy, but she went a little bit slower then in that 100 fly, so I don't know what she's up to. McGuinness taking it out very fast, and Suzie Landells also 105 plus, but she's really moving up to the front now and doing a great job. Oh, over there in lane 8.
Side. Lane 8 is Catherine Reid of England. I imagine she's not too good a breaststroke.
She's the backstroker, remember. She did 2:14 in the English trials for a 200 back, so she's an excellent backstroker.
So Australia takes the lead through Suzie Landells, and moving up to, we have lane 3 is Donna McGuinness, who is the early leader. Sarah Hardcastle with them, and looking back to Michelle Pearson. Michelle Pearson is right there too, and this is the critical part of the race when we come to this 100 metres of breaststroke at the next turn, the slowest stroke of all, and breaststroke swimming very invariably decides these medleys.
And Suzie Landells a very good breaststroker, so it's great to see her out in front now.
Suzie Landells leading Donna McGuinness and Sarah Hardcastle, who are level pegging. Just behind them is Jodie Clatworthy, who's right up with them too.
She's doing a great job.
She's level pegging for 2nd. Over the far side, Catherine Reid is there. We expect her to drop off. Now this is the one. They go into breaststroke now, and this could be decided in this particular leg, because the first one to come into freestyle gets that big break on the field.
And remember, we saw Jodie Clatworthy swim a very good breaststroke leg this morning too. Laurie thinks that Jodie Clutworthy can win this event. He has no doubts that she can win. So let's see how she goes. Suzie Landells, though, still out in front.
So it's Suzie Landells in front. Jodie Clutworthy is up into about second place now with Sarah Hardcastle and Donna McGuinness, and Michelle Pearson is there. So the 3 Australians in the first 5, and Susan Landells is in front. But look at little Jodie go over on the far side.
She's doing brilliantly.
So this is a great race. That Susan Landells has that lead. That's Jodie Clutworthy running second. You see Hardcastle there. This is the Canadian girl McGuinness, and just out of picture coming in now is Michelle Pearson. 3 laps to go, 1 of breaststroke, 2 of freestyle, and Susan Landells, Olympic silver medalist, going great guns here.
She came into this event as one of the favourites in 4 years ago in Brisbane and swam, had a rather drastic meet, and she was terribly disappointed. She wanted to hang around for this event, and she's really doing a good job now.
Susan Landells in front, and look at little Jodie. Little Jodie Clutworthy is the main danger to her. I don't think Hardcastle can go with them. The Canadian girl, Donna McGuinness, is dropping back. Michelle Pearson has dropped back, and it looks to be a race between the 2 Australians over on the far side. Susan Landells and Jodie Clutworthy. And Jodie Clutworthy is really flying. I don't think they could catch Susan Landells from here. Certainly the English girl can't knock, and the Canadian. Susan Landells, round she goes. The silver medalist in Los Angeles in 1984, and she's well in front. Jodie Clutworthy is in second place, about 4 metres behind her. A full body length then to Sarah Hardcastle. We go back then to Michelle Pearson, who's back with Donna McGuinness. But Susan Landells is absolutely flying.
Oh, isn't it great to see? She's coming back to form just when she wanted to. Had a little bit of a strange year last year and not quite sure during this summer, but Mr. King kept her in. Her coach, Joe King, kept her in the water, tried to talk her into swimming here, and isn't she doing a great job?
Look at that time on the turn. This is going to be a beauty. She can get well under 450, and Jodie Clutworthy is with it too. But Susan Landells is going to be Australia's first gold medal winner in swimming, and hasn't she done it well?
Look at the kick, and here she goes now, 400 metres IM. I can tell you this lap is the very hardest, but she probably feels on top of the world now. She's so far in front.
She's a chance at the Commonwealth record here of 4:46.83, held by Sharon Davis of England. She could get near that. She has about 15 minutes to go. It's Australia in front through Susan Landells, Jodie Clutworthy second. Look at the time. Will it be a Commonwealth record? I think it will be. It is a Commonwealth record. Susan Landells first, Jodie Clutworthy second, and Sarah Hardcastle third. A fantastic performance, a Commonwealth record.
And Jodie Clutworthy, 4:49.67. What a great swim. What 2 great swims by the Australians.
Well, that set the pool on fire.
Oh, and finally we'll hear Advance Australia Fair instead of Oh Canada.
Let's repeat that time of Susan Landells, 4:45.82, taking the Commonwealth record, which was set by Sharon Davies of England, who was a gold medalist in this event in the Moscow Olympic Games.
Yes, that's right. And look at them there, Michelle Pearson over there to congratulate them. Jodie Clutworthy, how happy would she be?
Well, Michelle Pearson not going all that well with 4:55.10, finishing in sixth place, but the Cronulla goes to Australia in the form of Susan Landells and Jodie Clutworthy.
Isn't that great? I'm so glad that she kept in. That summer must have been so difficult for her, and now she's come away with a Commonwealth record and a Commonwealth gold medal.
And how good's Jodie Clutworthy going to be in a couple of years' time?
Oh, she's terrific, isn't she? That's the thing about somebody so young coming into a meet like this. I mean, you haven't had time to think about what a huge meet it is, and she's just, well, Laurie calls her gutsy. I don't know whether it's gutsy. She's certainly talented, that's for sure. I bet she can't believe it.
Well, Sarah Hardcastle on the heat form this morning, and all the talk from the English people that she was taking it easy. Well, she had no hope at all there.
The English people said she's going easy, she's going to win. I said Susan Landells will win. But no, they wouldn't have it. I wish I'd taken that bet now that they'd offered me.
that wouldn't be a bad bet.
It would have been a good bet.
Greg Norman, all up Susan Landells. How'd that be for £100, Lucy? You'd be a millionaire. You could go home.
Wouldn't it be great? Oh, how thrilling. Australia's first gold medal at the pool. And I'm sure that they'll go on from here and do even better.
Well, there's the margin in the end. Look at this, how clearly she's won this. This is a tremendous performance because she's finished second in the Olympic Games to one of the greatest medley swimmers, I think, of the world's known in Tracy Corkins of the United States. And that is a really great performance. And, of course, little Jodie Clutworthy over there on the far side, she's finished well clear of Sarah Hardcastle.
And interesting, too, since 1970, both the person who's won the 400 has won the 200 IM in the women. Since 1970, that's always happened. So it's looking good for Susan Landells, or fate is looking good for Susan Landells in that 200.
Well, the point about that, Lisa, 4:48.3 was her personal best before that swim. Now, I think she's come down something like 3 seconds.
3 seconds, that's right. And it was 2 years ago. Sometimes you go through stages like that where you think, I will never break this time. That's my best time. And you sit on this plateau, and that's when it's all the more rewarding, when you've hung in there and just smashed it.
And, of course, that breaststroke leg, that's where she did it. And as you've told me before, that the only reason you weren't a medalist was because you couldn't swim breaststroke. You could swim everything else.
I used to be up with them until the backstroke, like Kathy Reid over there in lane 8, and then I'd turn around and do a 132 breaststroke leg and be shot.
Well, great thrill here for all of the Australians, and there's a big contingent of Australians here at Edinburgh. You walk outside the pool and all you see is Australian people. They yell out to you and you talk to them and they cheer, and I can look around the grandstand, I can see them here, and this is the one they want to hear, the Australian national anthem.